Hey guys, Adam Dotches here, and I'm going to talk to you about how to lie like a professional, which is not really useful because I don't think there are any professional liars. But if there are, if that's a job, hire me, I'm available. We're going to talk about how to do this because there are not a lot of good ideas out there on how to lie effectively. A lot of people talk about, oh yeah, if you're really detailed, then it's going to work well. It doesn't really work like that. People focus so much on the information of the lie, but it's really not about that. So we're going to talk about two issues today. One is trust, the other is doubt, and those two things are probably the most important when lying well. But of course, this is part of a multi-part series. Not sure how long it's going to go yet, but we're going to be talking about how to lie professionally, how to lie like a pro, effectively, however you want to call it, and we'll be covering many topics over the course of this series. So let's start with the beginning. First, there's trust, then there's doubt. You want to establish trust when you're telling a lie. It's very important that the person who is hearing what you say has some ability to trust you, because if they don't know you, they don't know anything about you, then you're operating on a completely blank slate and, they don't care. They don't have any reason to believe you. The easiest way to establish this, if you haven't already, if we're not talking about a friend or something like that, if you've just met the person, mirroring their behavior is great. So if I'm if I'm smiling or laughing while I'm talking, being able to replicate that back to the person is very effective. They see what they're feeling mirrored in your face and in your actions. You can cross your arms. If they cross their arms, you can scratch your face, those sorts of things. You don't want to overdo it, otherwise you seem like a total weirdo mime. No offense to mimes. But it's effective at, for about 30 seconds in getting somebody on your side, seeing that it makes them feel like you understand them. And the key thing here is the body language and, in some ways, the tone of voice. Those are the two things that are going to matter in lying, and that brings us to doubt. Doubt matters because you don't want someone to feel sure that you're telling a lie. And if you can instill doubt in them, that won't happen. Now, if you lie too much and you overuse anything, it's detrimental to them and to you because there are consequences to that. So you don't want to overuse it. Nothing works perfectly, and I don't know why anyone would want to lie all the time or do anything like that. But the thing is if you instill too much doubt in someone, they'll be like, I don't know what you're saying anymore, if it's true or not, and I can't talk to you, and you don't want to go there. That said, if you do it in little bits, it's very helpful. So the way doubt works, the way you want to establish doubt in somebody, is to make them think that your lying behavior is the same as your regular behavior. Most people, when they lie and then someone comes along and says, oh, I know you didn't make that cake from scratch that you made for the office. It tastes just like Duncan Hines. Now, I don't know why anyone needs to lie about that, but if you got caught in that, you're like, oh, I got caught, I have to backtrack or come up with something clever or whatever, and then you get nervous and your mannerisms change and stuff. If you act like someone trying to cover up a lie, people notice that. Even if they don't really realize what they're noticing, they notice a change in your behavior, and that's what you need to avoid to be effective at lying. The doubt that you instill is essentially when you get caught in a lie or you're lying or doing anything, your behavior needs to be the same as if you were telling the truth. So you have to think in advance of going forward with a lie. These have to be premeditated. If you're doing a prank, which is really the only thing you should be using this for, that, you will be thinking ahead. I could give a million examples of how I react. Like a lot of the times I think I'm like, oh, that's weird if someone questions something. But that's also what I say if I'm telling the truth and they're questioning it. So it makes no difference. The point is that it needs to be the same, because if your behavior is consistent, people will doubt. They won't doubt you, but they'll doubt that they're thinking that it's a lie, and that's what you want to achieve. So those are the main two things that you really have to be able to establish if you want to be an effective liar, but there's a lot more to cover. We'll be covering that in subsequent videos, so stay tuned, and we'll have you lying like a pro in no time.